Hey, Coach Lewis here from Trainer Break. Today in the first installment of Mobility Mondays, we're going to talk about the wrist. All you really need is a lacrosse ball, or if you have a foam roller, and a band. Any band will do. The thicker the band, the better, and a place to anchor it. Alright, so what we're going to start with is we're going to first kind of go into some small foam rolling or myofascial release of the muscles around the joint that we're going to work on. So we're going to work on the wrist. So we're going to go to the forearm, we're going to roll the extensors and flexors, and what I would recommend is, as you're doing that, maybe kind of find the spot that's most tender or tight and just go through some range of motion, some circles, some extension, some flexion. As you're doing that, you might want to spend a good 45 seconds to a minute doing each side. As soon as we're done with that, we're going to go into mobilizing the joint. So what I have here is a little monster band, and we're just going to place it, anchor it, and we're just going to kind of go out as far as we can with as much resistance, pulling, and then we're going to kind of lock in the wrist, and we're just going to kind of lean with the entire body and lean back. We're just going to mobilize that joint, make sure the arm is completely locked. The slower the better. I'll do about 15 reps per side. The side that feels a lot tighter, I'll add a good 5 to 8 reps to it. As soon as I'm done after that, I'm going to stretch it. Now you can stretch the wrist however you want. There's so many different ways to stretch it. I'm going to go and simply get into this kind of 90-90 position, and I'm just going to kind of get this stretch here, and I'm going to hold this, show you a better view. I'm going to hold this for a good minute, maybe 2 minutes, depending on how tight my wrist feel. Now once you're done with this stretch, you're going to slowly come out of it. I like to make some fist pumps, right? Open and close, rotate a bit. Your wrist might feel a little broken. That's okay. As soon as you're done with that, we're going to kind of load the wrist for this new range of motion that we've developed. And we're going to load it simply by just doing some push-ups. And what we're going to do is we're going to place the hands in all the different positions we use in breaking. So first I'm going to go with the traditional palms down, fingers facing forward, right? And we're just going to kind of load it and press up. And we'll do a good 3 reps, 2 reps. Then we're going to go out like if we were chair freezing or doing a freeze. And we're going to really kind of expose this new range of motion that we just created, and then we're going to go here, and you can just play with the angles. You'll start to feel it if you're not getting the load with this new range of motion and feeling that new range of motion, that you're kind of like, wow, this feels great. You're really sitting back on the wrist, and the elbow's not affected, or the shoulder's not going to be affected. Because what we find is a lot of b-boys and b-girls, they don't warm up the wrist correctly or kind of look for this new range, and what happens is you see a lot of b-boys very strong with this bent arm position, but then when we have them lock out, they're in some trouble when it comes to flares, air flares, handstands, you name it. You find that because you don't have this mobility in the wrist, your elbow and your shoulder kind of become your wrist, and we kind of want to avoid that. So try this out, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.